Hello, I'm Louise Grenier from ALLERGYGONE, and today what I want to share a little bit tidbit about allergy is what is homeopathic remedy and how does it work related to allergy. Homeopathy mean homeo, which mean the same or similar, and pathy mean the pathology. So it's a remedy that is similar to the pathology. Seems to be complicated, but let me give you example. And let's start with a homeopathic substance that you are probably taking right now as you're listening that video. A good cup of coffee. In the morning, when you take your coffee, you are taking something that wake you up, that make your brain work clearer, faster. That's a nervine, it's a stimulant. Okay, that's why most of us, including myself, I like or I need my cup of coffee in the morning. Okay, so that's coffee. Now, when you are sluggish and tired, you get out of bed, you need to have your coffee to wake up. But there is another time when you need your coffee is when you are edgy, nervous, you have something at work that needs to be done and it needs to be done fast and your head is full of information, and then you need your coffee not to stimulate you because you're already overly stimulated. You need your coffee to calm down. So that is when coffee become a homeopathic remedy. So you take it in the morning to wake you up, and when you're too stimulated, you take it and it's calming you down. And the reason is because the base of homeopathy is that you cannot have two diseases in the body at the same time. So if you are sluggish and you take a coffee, it stimulates. If you are overexcited, which is the same thing that if you take too much coffee really, and you take a cup of coffee, it's give you two kind of disease at the same time, and they annihilate each other, which means that that cup of coffee calm you down. So next time you take your next cup of coffee, think about it. Am I taking it to stimulate me, wake me up, make my brain work faster, or am I taking it to actually sit and relax? And it's the same cup of coffee. One is homeopathic and one is a stimulant. Another example where homeopathic is being used, when I was a nurse working in a hospital in emergency, everything that was provided was drug. But there was still one substance that was not a drug itself. It was ipecac. Ipecac is a plant, and when you take that plant, it makes you vomit, which is perfect in the emergency where a child, for example, swallows something that is toxic. You don't want the toxic element to go in the system, so you want the child to vomit very fast, so you give that ipecac syrup, take it, and it takes 2-3 minutes and the child will vomit, which is perfect. I don't know if it's still being used in the hospital, but it was at that time. Now, ipecac is in homeopathic, it's being used for people with nausea. So it's a good remedy for women who are pregnant and they have nausea. Or if you have nausea for car sickness, you can take ipecac in homeopathic remedy. So what the homeopathic pharmacists do to prepare remedy, they take 1 drop of the ipecac syrup and they dilute it and dilute it and dilute it till there is actually no physical material element in the remedy, and that's what you're taking. So when you have nausea and you take ipecac in homeopathic dilution, there is no side effect at all. It simply stop your nausea. And there is another example. Here is an onion. So what's happened when you take when you cut an onion? Your nose run, your eyes burn, your eyes tear up, you feel a bit congested at the same time that you have a runny nose. This is what happened, and everybody probably did cut an onion, so you know what it's look like. Now, for the people who suffer from hay fever, listening to me describing what's going on when you cut an onion, you realize it's the same symptom that you have when you have hay fever. The nose is runny, congested a bit in the evening, your eyes are burning and running, and your nose is constantly dripping. It's similar than the onion. One of the most common remedy in homeopathy to help with case of hay fever is Allium Cepa. Allium Cepa is the Latin name for onion. So what the homeopathic pharmacy does, they take onion, they take a bit of the juice of the onion, 1 drop of the juice, and they dilute it till there is no particle of the onion in it. But the energy, the vibration is what is in the little palate remedy that you're taking. So if you have hay fever and you want to get rid of your symptom without suppressing, then you add a homeopathic remedy, Allium Cepa, and because you already have hay fever, now you're taking the homeopathic of Allium Cepa or onion. The two of them cancel each other. It's part of nature. That's how nature works, and your symptom goes away without any side effect that you will have if you were taking an antihistamine. The sleepiness with the antihistamine, you don't have any of that, which for me was perfect. I was a nurse working in the intensive care, and I had hay fever, and that was really a problem because very often, not all the time, but very often I had to wear these paper masks, and when you have a runny nose on the other side of your mask, it's not funny at all. So I had to rely on antihistamine, but then I will have to fight sleepiness when I'm working in the intensive care. That was not smart at all. So actually it's a pharmacist, it's a friend pharmacist that was selling homeopathic remedy in his pharmacy that made me discover Allium Cepa. And Allium Cepa is not very expensive. For $10 you can get that in pretty much any health food store, and it's really worth for you to try it if the symptom match. Allium Cepa is one of the common remedy for hay fever. If your symptoms are different, you may need a different remedy, but Allium Cepa is one of the common ones, so it's worth it to start with that one. And that's all. That's what I wanted to share today. I hope you like this little bit of information. If you do, just like it and subscribe to my channel. I also have a Facebook page that you can like. That would be really nice. And any kind of information related to allergy, and I continue to put information article that I write and more testimonial, and these little videos are going to be available on my website at allergygone.ca.